Hi guys, it's Jax here again, and I'm doing the fourth installment in my EDC series. And this one again is a small LED flashlight, and today we're featuring the 4sevens Quark Mini AA. So I guess we'll get right into it. Like the name suggests, this is a single AA light. It is a tiny light. Very small, probably just at the threshold of what you might feel comfortable sticking on a keychain. It might be small enough for keychain duty. It certainly is very comfortable in your pocket since it's such a small light. Now, having said that it's a small light, I'm just looking up the size here. I'm just going to put this down and grab the pamphlet here. Alright, so what we have here is a 3-inch light, 3 inches long, 0.07 inch in diameter, so it's a skinny light too, not too much thicker than the AA battery you put in it. Extremely light at 6.7 ounces, operates on one AA battery, and 4sevens does not endorse using anything other than a 1.5 volt battery. So they officially do not support the use of a 3.7 volt, or you can call it a 4.2 volt 14500 lithium ion cell, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So what we have here is a small twisty light, and as you can see, it tells you the lumens and the run times on its specific modes. So low, it has pardon me, this light is a 7-mode light in that it has 3 regular modes, and then it has strobe, SOS, a high beacon, and a low beacon. So low is 4 lumens for 39 hours. These I believe are taken. These stats I believe are taken with a maybe the light comes with a Duracell AA. So I think that the stats are based on an alkaline AA battery. So if you're using an L91. And I've called this an L92 in my previous video. Pardon me, I'm correcting that. It's an L91 disposable 1.5 volt lithium, and they usually are about 1.7 volts or something like that if you take a multimeter to it. And it could take, the battery can also take a 1.2 volt rechargeable AA nickel metal hydride battery, common rechargeable AA battery. But these run times, I believe, are on a Duracell alkaline. I could be wrong. But 4 lumens for 39 continuous hours. These are continuous, as if you left the light on to run by itself. 39 hours, 4 lumens. The medium is 23 for 6.2 hours. And the high is 70 lumens for 2.25 hours. So pretty good run time. I might add these values that they've given here are ANSI rated values. For instance, the light, I believe 4sevens used to list it as 90 out the front lumens, but now it's under a new standard, and the light probably does put out 90 lumens, but I think they take the readings after it's been on for a certain amount of time and whatnot. So the FL1 standard is 70 lumens guaranteed out the front, maximum runtime of 139 minutes, and a 51 meter beam projection, 661 candelas on an alkaline battery. Note that these figures all go up rather dramatically when you throw a different cell in it. Then once again we have strobe, SOS, beacon, and lower beacon. Now these modes might be handy for some people. Strobe is a tactical strobe and could disorientate attackers in the nighttime. SOS is the universal symbol for distress. So any rescue personnel, if you're trapped out in the bush and you leave your light on SOS, would recognize that. Hopefully, would recognize that that distress call. Beacon's good if you're tenting and you prop up your light, you know, on a stump or something, and then walk into the bush. Since you've left it on beacon, you can look back every you know, 20 yards and you can see your little beacon telling you where home is. So those things can be useful in certain situations. 4sevens has an excellent warranty, I might add. I think it's a 10-year warranty, as long as you don't go doing anything, you know, it says if you you know, the warranty is subject to if you do something stupid like modify it, misuse it in ways other than they endorse, or negligence and stuff. Other than that, the warranty for 10 years, they're, if you use it right, they're craftsmanship. The light is, of course, IPX8 waterproof to 3 meters, so it's totally water. It's totally protected against water entering into it, so you can in fact go swimming with this light, which I have done several times, as a matter of fact. It's O-ring sealed, and you can go swimming with this light. So don't worry about rain or water getting in there. What else do we have here? Alright, so that's okay. Yeah, so it also says here that oh yeah, this particular light has a XPG S2. It was a special edition. It's got the S2 instead of the R5, so it's almost top bin. It has an anti-reflective coated lens made out of T61 or 6061 aircraft grade aluminum, which is, as we know, a strong material for its build. Alright, so having looked at that, I might also add that the light comes, at least mine did, came in a attractive store presentation grade box. If I can get in on that there. I got the camera on macro. So, pretty nice box. The light, I believe, comes with a split ring, a battery, spare O-rings. Oops, sorry, wrong light. Spare O-rings, and I don't think it comes with a sheath, or I can't really remember. It's quite a while. I've had this light for a while, I might add. Now, having said that, you can see the little dings and nicks from dropping the light on concrete from distance. You can see the wear from the split ring I have on here, and all in all, I've carried this light, and a little bit of a dings at the top here from dropping it and stuff like that. Having said that, I've put this light through a substantial amount of use, and I got to add that the Type 3 anodization holds up really good. I've had a lot of pocket. This light has had a lot of pocket time with me. I've used to carry it almost exclusively because I just fell in love with the beam quality and that it runs on a 14500, which I might add is not supported, like I said. Now we'll get into that, but I'll just briefly say that when you put one of these cells in this particular light, you run the risk of the light actually detonating, or the LED burning out instantly, and that's a possibility, one in who knows how many % of possibilities. And also the possibility exists that if you use a 4.2 volt battery, you'll lose the ability to use a lower voltage cell, which is what happened in my case, and we'll go on to more of that. The light is so bloody portable and small and comfortable. You could use it hands-free by sticking it in your mouth, and it's so small that it's really, if you ever walked with a LED flashlight, a small one, and you're walking a dog or you're fumbling around in your pockets, it's pretty handy to shove the thing into your mouth, and you know, or if your hands are cold and you just want to walk, it's small enough that it's really good for that. Now, it has a very shallow, highly polished orange peel reflector, and of course the XPG S2 LED at the bottom of it. Other than that, it's a twisty. There's no tail switch. What it does have here is a small split ring hole, and or I should say no tail switch, but it has a split ring hole, and it is flat bottom, so it could tail stand stably. It has no anti-rolling features, but you can change that by sticking a you know, a lanyard or a small little clip on it. Possibly even just a split ring would do it. And yeah, so the light's a twisty, and what that means is you operate the modes by twisting the head back and forth. So we'll go ahead and we'll stick a battery in there after we show you the insides. So what we have here is a pretty sturdy body. It's probably really tough. You might be able to drive a car over this one again, but thinner than probably other lights. Anyways, you got a anodized inner tube, spring at the bottom there. The threads are, here's an O-ring, of course, probably an O-ring up here I could see. Anyways, the threads are anodized, so you can, so you know what, anodized threads. They seem to be either square or small squarish or trapezoidal threads maybe. Anyways, up here I always wonder, but it doesn't look like this light is accessible, or it can be unscrewed. Maybe it's maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some of these holes you could stick little pins in there and unscrew it to get at the stuff, but it might be a sealed light, meaning that there might be thread Loctite or something like that in there. But it doesn't appear to have any anti or reverse polarity protection ring. So yeah, it doesn't seem to have any kind of mechanical ring to protect against reverse polarity. I don't know if that means that the circuitry inside has that or whatnot, but keep in mind to install your batteries properly. Now, like I said, I got this light to run on 14500 cells. Now, when you do that, this 70 lumen little light goes into a flame-throwing monster of a 300 lumen light, shaming many huge mag lights by, like, you know, it puts out more light, like 15, maybe 10, 15, 20 times more than a mag light, a giant mag light. So anyways, this thing is just a monster on 14500 cell, but be aware that if you use it, the light can get warm, it voids the warranty, and you might lose the ability to use 1.5 volt cells. Although when I've used this a lot of hours, I used a 14500, and I'm starting to have problems with the light now, and it didn't always not accept a 1.5 volt cell. It just sort of happened one day. Now I'm getting these flickering situations with the light, and that's probably from you know, from years of using it with the 14500. But it did take a while on my sample, and I got a lot of use out of it before it started to go. And now it's at the point where it no longer operates the way it did, and I'll get into that. So we're gonna go and open it up and throw in the 14500 lithium-ion cell. Gonna screw her on, and with a twisty light, as soon as you screw it on and it makes contact, it should come on. This one I believe comes on max. I could be wrong, it's been a while since I used it. Pardon me, it came on 4 lumen mode. So I was wrong again. Anyways, so a twisty light. Now the light's fully screwed on, it came on in the low mode. Now by grabbing the head and twisting it again, it changes modes. So there it went into the next highest mode, and twisting it again goes into the next highest mode, and I can see right away I'm having problems with my light. She might be on its way out. It's not working the way it should, so something might have my light might be on the way out. I'll just try another cell. Pardon me for a second. Sorry about that, guys. Just to rule out that it's my it's not my AW battery. I'm going to throw another 14500 in there. Okay, I guess it was my AW cell. Pardon me, I got a fresh cell in there now. So I twist it. She comes on low. I twist it again. She's medium. I twist it again. Now it's on turbo. And if I twist it 6 times on this in succession, on the 7th time it enters the flashing mode. So from off it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 is the strobe. Twist it again, you have SOS. Twist it again, you have high beacon. Twist it again, you got low beacon. Unless that's high beacon. And then when you twist it again, it resets itself to the default setting of 4 lumens. So sounds confusing, but once you get the light, you'll know exactly what I mean. Pretty much all I'm saying is that the mode cycles when you twist your head, and if you want to access the flashy strobes and SOSs, you have to go through the cycle twice, and then it goes into those modes. And I might add, when you twist it and leave it on a mode, it'll stay on that mode. It doesn't have mode memory or anything like that, I don't think. So if you want it high, you'd get to high, and then it's always on high until you shut the light off by twisting it, which kind of, I guess, makes sense why the threads are anodized there and stuff like that. So to lock the light out, what's interesting is to lock the light out, you have to twist it to a certain point to make sure that it doesn't engage. Say you turn the light on and you turn it off just by a little touch. Well, if you apply force by pushing this end into the back, it's still coming on. So to combat that for a true lockout, you'd have to twist it enough so that you see no more flashes. Now what's really neat with the twisty, I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you tighten it just to the verge where it comes on, and then go back just a tad, now you can operate the modes just by pushing down and applying pressure. So it's a total one-handed thing. Now I don't even have to twist it, so I just pull back on it, and then when I want the mode, I just do a little twist and it locks in. So I can get to strobe modes really quick just by doing that. And how come it's not working here? Sorry, let me try that again. So anyways, when you get good at it, you can access those. Maybe I wasn't doing it fast enough. There you go. So one-handed operation, which is neat. You're walking around, just pull it in, get up to your high. It's really neat. I like this user interface. You know what, guys? I gotta say, this is a great little flashlight. Something that's really neat about a small diameter flashlight and a shallow reflector is the beam profile. Now, for any of you guys out there that own 4.7 Preons or a small light that's about the same diameter as this, those small heads really give you just an awesome beam quality for your immediate area, and up to maybe like 50, 100 feet, or sorry, about 50 feet. It's perfect for everyday use, unless you're a real throw lover and you really value, you know, a light with throw. But I gotta say, this light is perfect for everyday carry. It's just perfect for everyday carry. That beam quality is just phenomenal. The hotspot is so wide, and it blends with the spill light so perfectly well that for around your driveway and your house, it's just perfect. I gotta also add that when you throw the lithium ion cell in there, if you want to risk it, and I used mine for a good solid year or more, maybe, I don't know, for a long while before I started developing issues. And having mentioned that, I don't know if this is full power. The light sometimes steps down to a lower mode because it's the LED might, no, it's not at full power, but it's still pumping out like 260 lumens or something like that. Where was I going with this? Yeah, anyways, that small, and yeah, with the 4.2 volt lithium battery, man, does this thing put out some power. So it doesn't have a lot of throw, but it has sheer lumen power, and you know, up to about 50 feet and maybe a little bit beyond. It's a gutsy little bastard of a light. I might give a shout out to the Nut and Fancy project. He also noticed that this is a finger size searchlight, I believe is his his review on it, but it's true. This thing's a monster. It puts out a ton of power on lithium ion cell. So now what else can I say about this? I forget where I was going with that. Yeah, so anyways, keep that in mind. Like my Robinson review, it also is a smaller diameter, so for those of you that noticed it didn't throw as well as some of the other lights, it's because of the smaller diameter, shallow reflector. But what comes with that is excellent EDC light, like I was saying. You gotta give it a try. So it's got the XPG emitter, so it's a nice broad hotspot. The camera's on macro, and pardon me, the last video I did I said the light was on macro, but there's so it's gonna be fuzzy. So there's that giant hotspot. The S2 tint is a little bit on the kind of the yellowy greeny side. Not too bad though, I don't mind it. So you can see just how wide that frickin' spill beam is. Like, look at that. And it's, you know, none of my other lights are that have that wide of a spill beam because of the small diameter head and reflector and whatnot. For instance, I'll throw on another light here. Turn my alarm off. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm going to put this down for a second here. And sorry guys, it appears that I'm having some technical difficulties here. Just bear with me for a split second. Okay. I guess I'll have to use my Robinson to show you because I can't get my Nitecore working. So there's the Robinson, and there's the on the right is the 4sevens Quark Mini A, and look at the size difference. The spill beam is like a few feet bigger than it. It's hard to show you, but there, see, I'm lifting my light up so you can see, you know, just how big that spill beam is. So sorry guys, I'm kind of doing a shitty job here, but so I'll go back to the table, and my light's got to adjust its light balance now. Hopefully it gets back there. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if my light's gonna go back to normal now because of that the white tint. Okay, there it goes. So you know what? If I had to summarize everything, I'd say perfect everyday carry light. I live in Canada, and you know what? If you use a lithium ion cell, the light gets hot. Not a problem if you hold it in your hand and use your hand as a heat sink to absorb the light. Also, if you happen to live in a cooler climate or use this all winter long outside, I don't think I'd see a problem with it. Just remember, it avoids the warranty, and it has your light might, the LED might go poof. There's that slight possibility, but a lot of people have used 14500s. But you know, if you live in a hotter state or something like that, you can go for it. You know, don't take my word for it, but you know, don't leave the light on for too long, like a few minutes at a time or something like that. But you know, even with the standard batteries, it's a pretty good light, although it won't have that punch. You know, 70 out the front lumens is really good for general around the house and stuff like that, and in your car and just poking around your driveway. And you can walk a dark forest trail at night with it. But you know, for those that want a little more punch and aren't planning on using the lithium ion, I'd still recommend it. But you know, a lot of my favorable review of this is based on its extreme output on the 14500. Once again, guys, I love this light. Spent a lot of time in my pocket, maybe one of my most used lights of all time. It doesn't feel in the way in your pocket. I'm probably just repeating myself, and you know what? It's such an excellent light. In fact, I've had multiple 4sevens lights, and I gotta say, all of them have been really good quality. And I really like the user interface and the build quality of it, and really like their lights. So that's 4sevens. You can visit their website at 4sevens.ca or 4sevens, the 4sevensstore.com. And that's about it for my review. Any comments, anything I left out, any questions, let me know. Anyways, guys, thanks again for spending your time with me, and have a good night. Bye.